OutDaughtered, stars make major move. In a social media post, OutDaughtered, stars Adam and Danielle Busby made a huge announcement as they embark on a new journey. The proud parents of six confirmed that they are leaving their Texas home after living there for almost 2 decades. Just feeling a little bit weird. This is the last night in this League City house. New city, new zip code for us tomorrow, which is crazy. We have been here for 19 years. Danielle shared in her Instagram stories. She continued, "We have been in League City. We have grown up here. New journey, trying to be obedient, follow the path God's laid out ahead of us. It's not always easy, but we're excited and ready for the journey, but we don't know what it'll look like." Adam and Danielle announced their plans to relocate earlier this year. In June, they OutDaughtered. Stars revealed they're selling their family home and moving to a nearby city in Texas. We're in the middle of a huge transition period after years in what we thought was our forever home. We're getting ready to sell the house and step into the unknown, Adam revealed in More Than Reality podcast. Adam and Danielle's decision to move will also result in their daughters changing schools. It is a bittersweet departure, as the kids will have to leave friends they made in their previous school. "I think I've been mostly worried about Blake starting high school, and is she going to have to switch schools?" Danielle added. "It's so much like a change is so much easier with the Quint because they always have each other. You start a new school, or whatever, they're more than likely there's going to be at least one sister in the class with them, and so they always have each other. They're like this little wolf pack." Meanwhile, TLC has already confirmed a new season for OutDaughtered. Season 10 ended in June 2024, making it a year and a month since their last TV appearances. While there's no official release date yet, Season 11 is expected to tackle the parenting challenges that Danielle and Adam face. The Quintuplets will also share their journeys to middle school. Their new home is likely to be featured as well. When people think about the world of reality television, there are only a handful of families who have truly captured the hearts of millions around the world. One of those families is the beloved Busby family from the hit show OutDaughtered. For years, viewers have followed the lives of Adam and Danielle Busby as they navigated one of the most unique parenting journeys ever seen on television. Raising the only all-girl quintuplets in the United States alongside their oldest daughter Blake has made their story fascinating, emotional, and incredibly inspiring. But recently, fans began to notice something different. Something was changing behind the scenes. The Busby family, known for sharing so much of their life publicly, seemed to be preparing for a major shift. At first, it started with subtle hints. Social media posts that looked a little different. Comments from Danielle that made fans curious. And then Adam began sharing updates that suggested the family might be heading toward a new chapter. For longtime followers of OutDaughtered, any change in the Busby family's life immediately becomes a topic of discussion. Fans have grown attached not only to the parents, but also to the 6 daughters who have grown up right before the audience's eyes. Blake, the oldest, has always played the role of the caring big sister. Then there are the quintuplets Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker, each with their own unique personality that fans have come to adore over the years. But raising 6 daughters is never easy, even for experienced parents like Adam and Danielle. Over the years, the family has faced challenges that many viewers might not have seen coming. From health struggles to business pressures, from parenting stress to the demands of filming a successful television series, life in the Busby household has never been simple. Still, the family always found a way to push forward together. That's why when rumors started circulating that the OutDaughtered stars were preparing for a major move, fans immediately wanted answers. What exactly was happening? Why now? And what would this mean for the future of the Busby family? To understand the significance of this moment, it helps to look back at how Adam and Danielle first became household names. Before the cameras ever entered their home, they were just a young couple trying to build a life together. Like many couples, they dreamed of starting a family. But their journey to parenthood wasn't as straightforward as they had hoped. Danielle struggled with infertility, something that many couples around the world quietly face. After trying for some time, the couple eventually turned to medical help in order to conceive. Their dream finally came true when Danielle became pregnant with their first daughter, Blake. For Adam and Danielle, Welcoming Blake into the world was one of the happiest moments of their lives. She brought joy, laughter, and a sense of completeness to their small family. But they always imagined having more children. So when the time came to try again, they returned to fertility treatments. What happened next would completely change their lives forever. During one routine appointment, doctors delivered news that shocked everyone. Danielle wasn't expecting just one baby. She was expecting 5. At first, the couple could hardly believe it. Quintuplets are extremely rare, and the idea of suddenly becoming parents to 5 babies at once was overwhelming. Exciting, yes, but also terrifying. The pregnancy itself carried serious risks. Multiple births often do. Doctors monitored Danielle closely throughout the process, making sure both the mother and the babies remained healthy. When the quintuplets were finally born, it was a historic moment. 5 tiny girls entered the world, and instantly the Busby family went from 3 members to 8. Life changed overnight. The experience of raising 5 infants simultaneously is something very few parents can truly understand. The sleepless nights, the endless diaper changes, the constant feedings, it was a full-time challenge. And that's exactly when television producers began to take notice. The Busby family's unique story soon caught the attention of TLC, the network behind many popular reality shows. Producers believed viewers would be fascinated by the challenges and joy of a family raising quintuplets. And they were right. OutDaughtered premiered and quickly became one of TLC's most loved family series. Viewers from all over the world tuned in to watch the Busby family grow. They saw the chaos of everyday life with 6 daughters. They laughed during the silly moments. They cried during the emotional ones. They watched as the quintuplets took their first steps, spoke their first words, and developed their own little personalities. Each child brought something special to the family dynamic. Ava and Olivia, identical twins, often shared a mischievous energy that kept their parents on their toes. Hazel quickly became a fan favorite, especially as viewers followed her journey with health challenges and her incredibly brave personality. Riley showed signs of being particularly quick-witted and confident. Ann Parker, known for her sensitive nature, often captured the hearts of viewers with her sweet and emotional reactions to the world around her. Meanwhile, Blake continued to grow into a responsible big sis helping ping her parents whenever she could. For years, fans watched the Busby household operate like a beautifully chaotic machine. But as the girls grew older, new challenges began to appear. Parenting toddlers is one thing. Parenting 6 growing children with different needs, personalities, and interests is something else entirely. School schedules, activities, friendships, emotional development, everything became more complex. And of course, there was also the pressure of being in the public eye. Reality television can be rewarding, but it can also be exhausting. Filming schedules, production planning, and the constant attention from fans meant that Adam and Danielle had to balance their family life with their public responsibilities. At times, they were open about how stressful this could be. Danielle, in particular, shared moments when she felt overwhelmed. Like many mothers, she sometimes struggled with the expectations placed on her. Running a household with 6 kids is a full-time job by itself. But Danielle was also managing businesses, social media projects, and television commitments. Adam, meanwhile, worked hard to support the family while also being an active and present father. Together, they tried to maintain a sense of normalcy for their daughters. But over time, fans noticed that the family was beginning to explore new opportunities outside the show. They launched businesses. They focused more on their online presence. And they started making decisions that suggested they were thinking carefully about their future. This brings us back to the recent news that has everyone talking. The Busby family has made a major move. And while the details may still be unfolding, one thing is clear. This decision represents the beginning of a new chapter. For a family that has spent so many years sharing their lives with millions of viewers, every big step carries emotional weight. Moving, whether it's relocating homes, changing careers, or shifting life priorities, is never a small decision, especially when 6 kids are involved. Fans immediately began speculating about what the move might mean. Was the family relocating to a different city? Were they stepping away from television? Or were they simply looking for a fresh start after years of living under the spotlight? Adam and Danielle have always been careful about how they share personal news, choosing to speak openly, but also protecting their children's privacy. Still, the idea of a major move has sparked excitement, curiosity, and even a little concern among loyal viewers. For many fans, the Busby family feels almost like extended relatives. After watching them for so many years, people feel emotionally invested in their happiness. That's why this moment feels so significant. Change can be scary, but it can also bring incredible opportunities. And if there's one thing the Busby family has shown time and time again, it's that they know how to adapt. Whether facing medical challenges, parenting struggles, or career shifts, they've always approached life with resilience. As this new chapter begins, fans around the world are watching closely. They want to know what comes next. How will the girls adjust? What new adventures await the family? And how will this move shape the future of one of reality television's most beloved families? For Adam and Danielle, the answer likely lies in the same place it always has: their commitment to each other and their daughters. No matter where life takes them, that foundation remains strong. And sometimes, a major move isn't just about changing locations. Sometimes it's about growing into the next stage of life. As news about the Busby family's major move began spreading across the fan community, conversations quickly filled social media. Viewers who had followed the family for years suddenly found themselves wondering what the future might hold for one of reality television's most beloved families. For many fans of OutDaughtered, the Busbys represent something more than just a television story. Over the years, audiences watched the girls grow from tiny newborns into energetic young children with big personalities. Every milestone, every celebration, and even every difficult moment felt personal to viewers who had spent so much time watching the family's journey. That's why the idea of a major move created such a wave of curiosity. What exactly were Adam and Danielle planning? And more importantly, how would this decision affect their daughters? Change is never simple for a family, especially one with 6 children who are all growing at different stages of life. Blake, the oldest, has already entered the stage where friendships, school life, and personal interests begin to shape daily routines. Meanwhile, the Quintuplets are developing their own identities as individuals, even though they share such a unique bond as sisters born on the same day. For Adam and Danielle, every decision must consider not just one child's needs, but 6 different personalities, 6 different futures. That responsibility has always been at the center of their parenting approach. Over the years, the Busby parents have shown that their top priority is always their daughters' well-being. While fame and television opportunities came into their lives, they repeatedly emphasized that their family's happiness mattered more than anything else. That perspective may be one of the reasons they eventually began considering such a major life change. Life in the public eye can be both exciting and exhausting. Filming a reality show requires constant coordination. Cameras capture family moments that would normally remain private. Schedules become busy, and the balance between personal life and public attention can become increasingly difficult to maintain. As the Busby children grow older, the need for privacy naturally becomes more important. Adam and Danielle have spoken before about wanting their daughters to have a normal childhood. Even though millions of viewers recognize them, the parents have always tried to create an environment where the girls can simply be kids. School days, playtime, family dinners, and quiet evenings together have always been important parts of the Busby household. But as time passes, priorities sometimes shift. Parents begin to think about long-term stability, new opportunities, and the type of environment they want their children to grow up in. This appears to be the stage that Adam and Danielle have reached. Their major move may represent more than just a change of location. It could symbolize a deeper transformation in the way they want to shape the future for their daughters. Fans began analyzing every clue they could find online. A photo shared by Danielle sparked speculation. A comment made by Adam during a casual conversation with followers raised even more questions. Little by little, the idea that something big was happening became impossible to ignore. Still, the Busbys handled the situation the same way they always have, with patience and honesty. Rather than rushing to reveal every detail immediately, They allowed the moment to unfold naturally. For a family that has shared so much with the world, choosing the right time to talk about personal decisions is important. And in this case, it seems that Adam and Danielle wanted to make sure everything was certain before speaking openly about their plans. Behind the scenes, preparing for a major move requires an incredible amount of planning. There are homes to consider, neighborhoods to research, schools to evaluate, and financial decisions
to make.
For a family with 6 children, every factor becomes even more complicated. Imagine coordinating the needs of 6 young girls, each with her own routine, friends, and activities. One child might feel excited about a new adventure. Another might feel nervous about leaving familiar surroundings behind. Adam and Danielle have always taken these emotions seriously. Their parenting style focuses heavily on communication. Instead of making decisions without explanation, they often include their daughters in conversations about important changes. This approach helps the girls understand what is happening and why certain choices are being made. It also helps them feel like valued members of the family team. And in a household as busy as the Busby home, teamwork is essential. The girls themselves have grown tremendously over the years. Fans who remember the early seasons of OutDaughtered might still picture them as toddlers learning to walk and talk. But time has passed quickly. Now the Quintuplets are developing interests in school, hobbies, and friendships. Blake continues to mature into a confident and caring older sister who often helps guide her younger siblings. Watching these transformations has been one of the most rewarding experiences for longtime viewers. It also reminds everyone just how quickly children grow. Moments that once felt small eventually become meaningful memories. For Adam and Danielle, the realization that their daughters are growing up may have played a role in their decision to pursue a new chapter. Parents often reach a point where they ask themselves important questions. What kind of environment will help our children thrive? Where can we build the happiest future together? And how can we balance our careers with our responsibilities as parents? These are questions that millions of families face every year. The difference is that the Busbys must answer them while the world is watching. Yet despite the attention and speculation, Adam and Danielle have always remained grounded. Their story has never been about fame. It has always been about family. And that is exactly why fans continue to support them through every change. When news of the major move finally became clearer, the response from viewers was overwhelmingly positive. Messages of encouragement flooded social media. People from different countries shared stories about how the Busby family had inspired them over the years. Some fans mentioned that watching OutDaughtered helped them through difficult moments in their own lives. Others simply expressed gratitude for the joy the Busby daughters bring to the screen. The connection between the family and their audience is something truly special. Very few reality shows manage to build such a lasting relationship with viewers. But the Busbys have done exactly that. And now, as they step into this new phase of life, fans are ready to support them once again. Of course, every major decision brings a mixture of excitement and uncertainty. Even the strongest families sometimes feel nervous when stepping into unfamiliar territory. But if there is one thing the Busby journey has demonstrated again and again, it is resilience. From the moment the Quintuplets were born, Adam and Danielle learned how to adapt to challenges that most parents never experience. They faced sleepless nights, overwhelming schedules, and countless responsibilities. Yet they managed to turn those challenges into opportunities for growth. They built businesses. They created a successful television series. And most importantly, they raised 6 incredible daughters who continue to bring laughter and love into their home. Now, this major move represents the next chapter of that journey. It may involve new surroundings, new routines, and new experiences for the entire family. But the heart of the Busby story will remain the same. A mother and father doing everything they can to give their daughters the best possible future. 6 sisters growing up together, learning from each other, and supporting one another through life's changes. And millions of fans around the world cheering them on from afar. As the Busby family steps forward into this exciting new stage, one thing becomes clear. Their story is far from over. In fact, it may just be entering its most interesting chapter yet. Because sometimes a major move isn't simply about leaving something behind. Sometimes it's about opening the door to opportunities that were waiting all along. And for the Busbys, the future looks brighter than ever.